Raj, shall we start or are we waiting for anyone? Yeah, okay. Thank you. So let's start. So, so good evening, everyone. So myself, Santosh. So I'm a Hybris e-commerce professional, and I have 9+ years of experience into e-commerce, providing solution architect and development. So like all my years, like I was working on different e-commerce platforms like commerce tools, Salesforce Commerce, Elastic Path, and SAP Commerce. So in most of my experience, I have in SAP modules. So that's what about me, and I do have a experience in providing trainings on different SAP modules like SAP Cloud Platform Integration, Marketing Cloud, Customer Data Cloud, and SAP Commerce. So till now, I have done many other trainings like individual trainings, corporate trainings for different regions. So that's what about myself. And coming back to our training, so SAP Commerce Cloud. So I hope everyone is able to see the screen, and this is a training content. So so I just gave a brief about myself and about essential prerequisite for this particular training is like uh, candidate need to have a basic knowledge on Java and J2E concepts and Spring framework. So it's good to have. So this training was specially designed in such a way that everyone can adjust. So it covers both technical and functional. So it's good to have Java and J2E and Spring framework. If not, then you can start learning from today. So that will fetch a lot. And the goal of this training is like understanding the fundamentals of SAP Commerce Cloud. And so when it comes to commerce, so I think everyone might have known about how a commerce works, like placing an order and like different pages like checkout page, cart page, home page. So we might know in general what is how to place an order and how to return an order, how to cancel an order. So these are the general functionalities of any e-commerce system. But when it comes to learning about an e-commerce platform like SAP Commerce, so there are like in the back end, so we're going to learn like in the back end what happens when placed in order and how the functionalities were implemented and what are the different functionalities which we don't know. Let's say like the search is one of the functionality which is provided by Solar in SAP Commerce. So how that plays a major key role in this training. So like such, there are many other functionalities so that we're going to cover and we're going to learn in this as part of this training. So okay, let's understand about SAP Commerce. So let's say SAP Commerce. So earlier it was called as a SAP Hybris or Hybris. So it was started in the year 1996 early, and it was initial stage at that point of time. And later in the year 2013, SAP has acquired Hybris, and they started adding more and more features to it, and they released more in many versions like from starting from 4.4 to 6.7, and then recently they changed their version strategy as well, for based on month and year, like 1808, 2018, and August. And the very latest version is 2005, which is 2020 May. So that is a very latest version in the market currently available. So currently now the commerce is in cloud in the sense commerce functionalities is same, and the suite is also same. Only the difference between a commerce cloud and on-premise is nothing but commerce cloud is nothing but SAP is going to provide a cloud environment where we're going to deploy the version which we require. So there are some steps to be followed to deploy the code on the cloud, and using the simple steps we're going to deploy on the cloud, which is provided by SAP. And when it comes to on-premise, so SAP is going to provide a suite, Hybris Commerce suite, and which we go unzip, and we can set it up in our local machines or any client provided servers. So that is so that's a major difference between on-premise and cloud. And the functionalities and everything is similar. Only thing is the major advantages between with the cloud is nothing but it's very fast and it is handled by SAP. And these are the main use cases of a cloud. And when it comes to on-premise, so we need to take the risk and we need to do the our setup and everything. So that's a very major differences, and everything is similar. And it's on cloud environment, deployment, build, everything is pretty easy and simple. And when it comes to on-premise, like we need to build, we need to push code, we need to deploy, and we need to do some pre-deployment work and deployment work. So there are some steps followed here. So that's the difference between a cloud and on-premise. So these days everything is moving to cloud. So that's SAP Commerce follows the same. And so also we understand about how to code within SAP Commerce Cloud platform and provide the configuration, how to configure the cloud environment, what is the difference, so what are the backend systems involved here to manage SAP Commerce, like back office, so different perspectives of back office, and know how to build and deploy a solution into cloud. So the best practices followed for the development, for understanding the back office environment, and different users we have for the managing in the backend, and understand about product support and development. And I do also provide at the end of the this course few tips and how to clear certifications of different certification provided by SAP, like Commerce Cloud Developer, Business User, and Product Support Specialist certification. So I do also certified in all of these three modules. So audiences, anybody can attend this training, like a developer, a Java developer, or any other developer in any other technology. They can start learning easily. If they are not in Java background, then they can start learning Java, and they can continue with the training. And if they are into Java, then it's more than good. So Java consultant and business users, if they are completely functional, if they want to don't go Java, learning Java and all, they can start as a business user, understanding the platform and understanding the use cases of the platform. They can start the career as a business user. So this course is delivered on the latest suite, which is 2005. The system requirement for the local setup and all is minimum 8 GB or 16 GB of RAM, and hard disk of 100 GB space, and processor of i5 or i7 is much better, and Windows 10 is recommended. And Java version is whichever is the latest one, Java 11 or whichever is the latest one is recommended. And if you have systems with 4 GB RAM and less processor speed, then that might cause some issues with setting up in the local environment. We do also provide the cloud environment, server access. You can start learning accessing the backend servers and all. But if you are planning to go for technical, then these specification system requirements are necessary. And this is a brief about e-commerce in SAP Hybris, how e-commerce works, what happens when placing an order on search of a product or add to cart or everything. It's a complete overview. So let's say a user logged in and he browsed the catalog here, a catalog or category of products. Let's say a Nike shoe, that's a category. Nike shoe is a category, and under Nike shoe there are different models, like Nike shoe recent releases, early releases, Nike shoe for men, Nike shoe for women. So there are like, so there are subcategories. So under subcategories we have products for different category of people, and we gonna select and we gonna add to cart, and we gonna shop. And once we place an order, it goes to the back end and order gets placed. And so again we gonna check out payment, and once payment is done, we're gonna track for orders. So there is a feasibility for that. In the backend system we have to sync the data to any third-party applications. We have something like Data Hub earlier, but now we have something like SAP Cloud Platform integration, which we're going to use for integrating with any third-party systems, which can be an on-premise or a cloud. So it can be an ERP system, it can be an for B2B sales purpose, sales system or marketing system, anything. So we can use the middleware SAP Cloud Platform integration to integrate. Order is gonna sent to the backend systems, and it gonna delivered, and we can generate an invoice. Everything process goes as per the process. So we, as part of this training, we're gonna discuss how the checkout works. So what is the steps involved. So we're gonna discuss all these steps as part of this training. And so as part of this training, we also discussed the different types of accelerators what we have. So let's say accelerator, what is I mean by accelerator here is like accelerate, the term accelerate, which is nothing but accelerate, which is nothing but uh, speed up things very we're gonna do in a rapid fast way. So that's the actual term of actual meaning of accelerate. So we have something called accelerator in SAP Commerce. So this accelerator is nothing but a pre-packaged content which we're gonna use to create a basic version of a e-commerce platform. Let's say I have multiple different accelerator in e-commerce, like a B2B accelerator, B2C accelerator, marketplace accelerator, China accelerator, telecom accelerator. So like such, there are different accelerator for different purposes. Like let's say if a client comes to me and asks like, okay, hey, I want B2C, I want to set up a B2C application, e-commerce application, and need your help. And other client that comes and asks like, I want to set up a marketplace accelerator, marketplace e-commerce store, and I need your help. So I just gonna use this accelerator, and I gonna just run the commands, and it's gonna extract the out of the box code base and content, and it's gonna set up a basic version of e-commerce, and it's gonna provide me. So once I'm done with that, then I'll just add the client specific content and products and everything on top of it, and I'm going to deliver to the client. So that's how it works, implementation, when it comes to SAP Commerce. So we're going to discuss what are the different types of accelerators we have and how they're going to play a key role and how to implement on top of that. And this is a course content starts here. So we're going to discuss about Hybris. So I just gave a brief overview just before, so we're going to discuss more about it, and SAP e-commerce out of the box features, and how to install SAP commerce in our local machines. So what are the steps we need to follow? It's pretty easy. Like there are two ways which we can do, like manually setting up the extensions. So extensions, we have something called extensions in e-commerce. So in SAP Commerce, extension is nothing but it's a pre-packaged pre-packaged folder of functionality. Let's say checkout is a functionality, add to cart is a functionality, and payment is a functionality. So there are different such functionalities, and everything are pre-packaged into these specific code is moved under the extensions or add-ons in SAP Commerce. So there are different such extensions and add-ons in SAP Hybris, which is provided by out of the box, and we're going to use them to add such functionalities into SAP Commerce. So we're gonna learn like what to use and when to choose which extension and which add-on. So we're gonna understand these things in installation procedures. And overview of a technical architecture. So how SAP Hybris architecture is built, and like if any technical requirement comes, like how where we gonna start and how we gonna implement things. So we're gonna have a technical overview and Hybris versions and release overview, like how frequently Hybris is gonna release the versions and the strategy of release. So we're gonna understand those in here. And installing Hybris Commerce in a local and Eclipse setup, and understanding Hybris console logs and different ARNT commands about local extension.xml and extension for .xml and hierarchy and differences. What is the differences? So a local extension.xml is nothing but if we want to provide a property and runtime, and we can add it into this property. There are two properties like extension info.xml and local extension.xml. So we can add, and we can if we can just add dependencies between any two extensions in extension for .xml, and if you want to include any functionality into SAP Commerce, we can add that particular extension to local extension.xml and we can use it. So we're going to discuss how this plays a very key role in building e-commerce application. And out of the box Hybris extensions what we have, and how to extend, if you want to extend, how to extend. So creating a custom configuration, custom extensions, we're going to discuss. Introduction about the data modeling. So data modeling plays a major key role in Hybris implementation. So data modeling is nothing but when it comes to any application, any website development or any application. So we have a database in the backend, and where we're gonna create tables, and where we're gonna create columns, and where we're gonna feed some data, and we're gonna feed some data on the runtime, like also like user registration, or we're gonna feed in the offline, like feeding through XMLs. So there are different ways feeding data to the database. So, and we gonna in the back end, in the early stages, we gonna prepare the tables in such a way like, okay, these tables are the required and these columns are required, and the mapping between tables and columns. So we're gonna do all this stuff. So everything comes as part of a data modeling in SAP Hybris. So here we have something like item.xml, which we use to create a database entries in SAP Hybris. So there are some fundamental elements, steps in and which we're gonna follow in this. So we're gonna discuss more detail about data modeling here. And the administration console. So SAP Hybris HAC, we call it as in short HAC. So administration console is used to update the system, initialize the system, to to feed any data to Hybris, like product data, user data, or any such data through indexes into Hybris. So we're gonna use administration for all different activities. For monitoring cron jobs, for monitoring performance, RAM usage, and for to clear some cache. So there are different activities which we can perform administration in the administration console. So we're gonna discuss more about that in the administration window. And about the product management, product catalog management, we're gonna discuss how products are categorized, how categories and catalogs are created, how one is dependent on other, like what comes first, what comes next, like catalog, category, and category. We have subcategories. Subcategories have products, and products have product variants, and the product variants have the sellable products, so final sellable products. How, like how pricing is attached, like to at on a category level or a product level. So we're going to discuss more about all the fundamental steps followed in the product catalog, how we're going to manage using backend systems like back office, like creating a product, creating a category, and updating a catalog, category, and price management. So how about classification attributes. So there are different things. So we're going to learn on the product catalog management. Hot folder, like we have something like hot folder index import from HAC administration console, and there are different ways to feed data in SAP Commerce. So we're gonna discuss about what are the different ways we can feed data, and what is the best practices followed. So as per my previous experience, what are the issues I faced and which is recommended. So I'm gonna discuss more about that in the import and export section. And dynamic attribute modeling and cron jobs I'm going to discuss about. We have something like data modeling, right? So in this section, dynamic model is also part of data modeling, where we're going to create dynamic models. Excuse. So like so dynamic model is nothing but it's a dynamic field. So we don't gonna store that particular values into database, but on the runtime we just further to display to any customer or for any requirement, we're gonna create and use it. It's not persisted in the database, but it's a field which is available. So we're gonna discuss more about that, and about cron jobs, how to create cron jobs, what is the use case of cron job, and how to trigger a cron job. So cron job is nothing but, in short, like it's if you want to perform any activities on a time basis, or on a, like it's an automated basis, then we're going to use cron jobs at a regular interval of time. Let's say on every morning I wanted to send out emails about marketing emails to all the customers of my custom all the customers of my e-commerce application. So so such activities, if I want to perform automated, if I want to make anything automated, then I'm going to use cron jobs. So we're going to discuss what are the different types of cron jobs we have already, and what is the use case of them, and how to create a new cron job, and how to run and how to stop a cron job, how to monitor a cron job. We're going to discuss more detail about that. About content management system, we're going to discuss about content, like how we're gonna create pages, and in pages what are the different sections we have, like content slots, components, and how to create them from on a runtime, and how to update them on a runtime, and in the backend, like how to like create indexes and feed data, and how, like if you want to create a new component or a content slot, how to create in a customization way. So we're going to discuss more about that in the content catalog section. And about OCC, we call it as OCC layer in SAP Hybris. So we have something like which Hybris is going to provide some APIs. So using those APIs, we can integrate with any content management system provided by any third-party vendor like Adobe. So SAP Hybris can also build with headless commerce architecture, like backend is provided by Hybris, and the front end can be any front-end management provider like Adobe. Adobe provides content, so we can integrate with Adobe CMS, and we can build e-commerce application. So using APIs. So there are few different APIs for different purpose, like creating a registration and registering a user, logging a user to check out and showing the confirmation page. So the end to end, there are a set of APIs provided, and we can walk through about different APIs, and how to use what and when to use. So we're going to walk through that. About user management, so how user groups are created, how users are created, and different between a B2B user and a B2C user. So we're going to discuss more about like a difference between a B2B and a B2C application. So user management is the key difference between B2B and B2C. So we're going to discuss more about how users are managed and how to provide access rights to them, and about the front end users and the back end users. I mean to say like employees and the customers. So understanding the commerce store. So about store creation and site creation, and how to easily manage like enabling and disabling a store. So using a backend systems like back office. About solar search. So Hybris uses Apache Solar for fetching data on runtime on PLPs. For performance purpose, we're going to use it. So every time on, if you see on any PLP product listing page, we call it as, so it's going to fetch from Solar, and it's going to show on a PLP page. So whenever we search a product, or whenever we just go to a product listing page, nothing but a category page, so there the data is fetched from the Solar instead of a database. If we gonna see a product detailed page, then it's gonna fetch from the database. So there are such differences, and there are some use cases around it. So we're gonna discuss more about it. And as I said earlier, like accelerator and extension differences, which we're gonna walk through. So this section comes begin. So I need to move that, but we discuss about more about that, and about order management system, how it works, what are the what is a order management process engine, and what are the different processes we have, like cancel, order, return. So how Hybris OMS works, and what are the third-party integrations we can do with for the OMS management. We're going to discuss more about that. And what are the different types of checkouts available, like multi-step checkout and single checkout and guest checkout. So different types of checkouts, and how we can manage them easily using backend systems, how these checkouts are built, and how they are configured. We're going to discuss under the checkout section. And any third-party integrations, how we can tweak them and how easily we can integrate. And new features in SAP Commerce Cloud. So SAP Commerce is a basic fundamentals of all functionalities and commerce features. SAP Commerce Cloud is a different thing. So in Commerce Cloud, where they're going to discuss more about cloud specific things, like how to set up cloud, how to manage cloud, and how to deploy, how to build. So all this is going to discuss under this. So different between the cloud and on-premise, and its features and how to manage them. And about back office perspectives, and how to use what are the different types of perspectives we have, and we're going to discuss more about in the back office section. And in the final, I'm going to provide some documentations, some links to prepare, and for some I'm going to also provide some assistance for for certification preparation and all. So if any questions, Q&As, we'll take it final. That's a whole walkthrough about this training content, and how we're gonna start. So let me know if you have any questions. Anyone? Rajiv, Swarna, Amar? So material in the sense like I'm gonna provide, let's say, uh, so about the architecture. So I am going to provide the architecture diagram. So I'm going to provide, let's say if I'm discussing about data modeling. So I'm going to provide some material about data modeling, understanding like what is an item.xml, what are the different elements in item.xml. So I'm going to, for each and every section, I'm going to prepare a document I'm going to provide for you. So for product content management and administration content. So what are the features we have? So I'm going to prepare a document. I'm going to provide you. And I do also provide a final, in the final, I'm going to provide a document for practice purpose, like how to set up a commerce store and what are the steps involved, what comes first and what comes next. So I'm going to provide for a practice purpose, I'm going to provide a document which consists of around 60 page or 70 page around. So which walk you through around initial from scratch, like how to start an e-commerce application building and to the end final piece, like how to deliver to a client. So it's a more about from starting to ending. Yes, we're gonna provide a remote access. Any more questions? Timings, Raj is gonna get back to you on the timings. So as per your time zone and everything, so we need to match. So we'll figure it out a way. Yes, I'm gonna walk you through about the live examples which I faced earlier and the issues which I faced and how to overcome them. So I have experience of implementing 7 end-to-end integration projects and implementation projects from scratch. Yes, so I'm going to give a live examples of website in where that have like there are many e-commerce applications built on SAP Hybris. So we have Indian store called you know Shopper Stop, and there are many on-site clients as well, like Nike, Adidas, Whirlpool, and there are many in different parts of the region. There are different projects. So I'm gonna give examples and walk you through how they are implemented and all. Not today, but we'll go in the further sessions. We'll walk you through. Yes, Java is needed if you want to be a technical, technically strong, technical. If you want to go for on a technical way, Java is needed. But if you want to continue as a functional consultant, SAP Commerce functional consultant, then Java is not a prerequisite. You can just understand the system and how the business works, e-commerce in the back end and front end, and you can continue with that. Any more? Yeah, Java is essential if you're gonna be a technical consultant. So if you are going to be a functional consultant, it's not at all required. Even though if you attend this training, you're going to understand things, but going further, if you want to be a technical consultant, Java is required. So what do you mean by SD? So to answer your question, sales and distribution module. So I don't know exact what's your requirement is. Are you into SAP sales and distribute sales and C4C module? If you are from SAP C4C or any related kind of sales module, if you are working, then it's good to have a e-commerce understanding. So because sales system, like it's a integration with SAP e-commerce application. So that is there are advantages with that. So it's good to have e-commerce understanding as well. Did I answer your question, Amar? So my colleague Rajendra is gonna walk you through about timings, trainings. If anything, you can. So he's sharing the screen, and he's gonna walk you through any. If you have any questions, you can ask him. If you have any questions on the training and content part, you can ask me. So I take it as no. So Rajendra, over to you. Thank you.